Hello everyone, this is Karen.
Hey everybody, I am Shane.
Today we're looking at day 1 of our story that is called The Mouse.
That sounds cute. Is that what a mouse looks like?
Squeak, squeak.
Squeak, squeak.
Yeah, and the vocabulary words are nervous.
Nervous.
Nervous people often have trouble sitting still.
True. Priest.
Priest.
The priest greeted church visitors before the Sunday service.
Stable.
Stable.
Last night, one of our horses got out of the stable.
Oh no.
I know.
Crawl.
Crawl.
A spider is crawling on the wall beside my bed.
Ah, that sounds really scary.
It's scary.
Remove.
Remove.
Ed removed his watch before he jumped into the pool. So we're talking about this interesting story called The Mouse.
Mouse.
Squeak, squeak.
Squeak, squeak. Okay, so in this story, the main character, what kind of personality does he have?
I think he gets probably nervous very easily,
Yeah,
right? So there's a man.
Right, and he's lived a sheltered life, right? So we know a little bit about his personality.
Yes.
And he stayed at somebody's house.
The priest's
priest's house. The next day, he was going to leave.
That's right.
And something about his driver.
The driver didn't show up, right?
That's right. So this is why he's going to be so stinky. Why is he so stinky?
Because he had to ride the horse, so he got the horse out of the stable.
Right. So
and then he had the smell of the stable on his body.
Right, so he's going to take a train. He gets onto this train.
In a cart, right?
Yeah, and he's quite stinky.
I know.
Luckily, there's only one woman, just one other person on the train with him.
And she was sleeping.
But a problem happens.
What happened?
There's a mouse in his clothes.
Are you joking, right?
No, so how is he going to get this mouse out of his clothes?
And the mouse even bit him.
Oh, yeah. So the only way to get the mouse out is he's got to take off his clothes.
But there's another lady.
That's going to be so embarrassing.
I know, but the lady was sleeping though.
Okay. All right, let's see what happens on the next day then.
All right.
The Mouse. Theodoric Voller was a nervous man who had lived a rather sheltered life. One day, he found himself in a second-class car on a train. He was returning home from staying at a priest's house. Because his driver hadn't shown up, he had been forced to get the horse out of the stable himself. In fact, he could still smell the stable on his clothes. Luckily for him, the only other passenger was a young lady, and she was asleep.
Today's lesson is called The Mouse, Part 1. Hello everyone, my name is Jeff.
And I'm Mike. Are we talking about a computer mouse?
No, we're talking about Mickey Mouse!
Oh, a mouse, like a real mouse.
Yes, but
a little
not,
animal.
Yes, like Mickey Mouse, but not Mickey Mouse, the real thing. I was joking. But yes, today we're talking about, I believe, a story called The Mouse.
Oh, okay. So that's the title of the story.
That's the title of the
mouse.
story.
Let's start to read it. And the first sentence says, Theodoric Voller.
Great name.
Good name.
Great name.
Theodoric Voller was a nervous man who had lived a rather sheltered life. Wow, maybe because of his interesting name, he lived a sheltered life. He was very protected. Maybe he had a very rich family. Maybe he just didn't like to go out much and was very shy, didn't like to meet people. But he didn't really have a lot of experience with life. He had been very protected in his life, and he was also a very nervous man. If you're nervous, you're anxious, you're on edge. You always think something bad is going to happen, or people are talking about you, or something terrible could go on, and you never feel relaxed and calm and cool and at ease. You're always nervous and biting your fingernails and stuff like that. That's what this adjective means, and it's not a good way to live your life. For example, nervous people often have trouble sitting still. Yeah, you can't feel rested and relaxed if you're always nervous?
Ain't that the truth? Yes, if you're nervous, you probably shouldn't drink a whole lot of coffee. It's only going to make you feel worse. Anyways, more on our nervous friend here, this guy who likes to worry, Theodoric. One day, he found himself in a second-class car, I should say, on a train. Yeah, each individual part of a train, you'd call those cars, but we're not talking about an automobile. We're talking about a car on a train. And he was returning home from staying at a priest's house. Now, here we have the word priest. A priest is a man of God, okay? Let's say that you're a member of a Christian church. The person who leads services could either be called a priest or maybe even a preacher or something like that. Growing up, I went to church in a Catholic church. We called our priest Father John or something like that. Well, anyways, for example, the priest greeted church visitors before the Sunday service. Yes, Reverend John greeted these people. He was a priest.
Okay, so he's on a train and he's going back home. He's in
Theodoric, yep.
Yes, he's in the second-class carriage, like in airplanes. Some trains, especially in the old days, if you paid more, you'd get a more comfortable seat. So he's kind of in the middle train, in the middle part, the second-class carriage. Now, because his driver hadn't shown up, he had been forced to get the horse out of the stable himself. Stable. And that's basically a home or a building where we put horses. All right, there'll be individual little boxes for the horses with doors on them. Racing horses are kept in stables. It's similar to a barn that you would find on a farm, but stables are usually only made for horses.
Horse house.
And a horse house. And they basically have special equipment only for the care of the horses. So he goes to the place the horses sleep. He gets the horse out of the stable by himself, something he doesn't normally do. Let's look at an example sentence for this noun stable. Last night, one of our horses got out of the stable. When we woke up in the morning, there were 7 horses instead of 8, and he was running around in a field over there. Yeah.
Gosh. Anyways, more on Theodoric.
Right, getting the horse out of the stable.
Yeah. In fact, it says, he could still smell the stable on his clothes. Oh, I smell like horses and horse stuff. Ayo. Luckily though, for him, the only other passenger was a young lady, and she was asleep. So he stinks, and he's worried about that. Remember, he's a nervous guy, but hey, this young lady, she's asleep, so no one's going to smell him. Good for him, I guess. All right, folks, with that, it's time for us to take a break, but don't go away. We'll be right back after this.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。这次要读的短篇故事叫做《The Mouse》小老鼠。那故事里面的主角 Theodoric Voller， 他是一个神经质、很容易紧张的人。那他过着备受呵护的生活。有一天，他从牧师家要离开，要回家。那因为司机没有出现，他就被迫要自己去马厩里面把马牵出来，身上都是马厩的那种臭味。当他搭火车的时候，车厢里面就只有他跟另外一位乘客。那另外那一位乘客是个年轻小姐，还好那位小姐睡着了，应该不会注意到她身上臭摸摸的味道。刚刚 Jeff 老师用到 stink 这个字 ，S-T-I-N-K， stink 就可以表达发出恶臭，它是个动词。好，那这边还有3个单字 ，nervous。Nervous 是形容神经质的、紧张不安的。我们其实也可以用片语 on edge 来描述紧张的、焦躁不安的。下一个单字 priest，它是指教士、神职人员。那 Jeff 老师刚刚有说到 preacher 这个字 ，P-R-E-A-C-H-E-R，preacher 表示牧师、传教士、传道者。好，再来看 stable 就表示马厩。介华课文中。
The mouse. As he forced himself to settle in, he suddenly had a feeling that he was not alone in his clothes. There was something warm moving around in his pants. Something was crawling all over him. It was a mouse. It must have gotten into his clothes while he was in the stable. He tried to stay calm, even when the mouse bit him.
Okay, so Theodoric. Great name, by the way. He's not in a great mood right now. His driver didn't show up. He had to get his horse himself. And now he's on the train, and he kind of stinks. Now, there's more. As he forced himself to settle into a seat there on the train, he suddenly had a feeling that he was not alone in his clothes. And I remind you all that the name of our story is The Mouse.
Oh, so he's sitting on the train trying to relax. He is nervous, and suddenly he feels something moving around inside or underneath his clothes. It says there was something warm moving around in his pants.
Ayo.
Something was crawling all over him. Oh my goodness. Imagine, you felt a fly walking on your arm, or even worse, a cockroach on your leg or something. Imagine your clothes are on and there's something warm under your clothes, under your pants, your kutsa down there, and it's moving around. It's crawling all over you.
Well, at least here, this is something warm. I wouldn't want something cold and slimy to be crawling on me like a snake. Ayo. Although snakes don't crawl, you would say that they slither. Anyways, more on this verb crawl. A baby might crawl, let's say. That means you're walking on your hands and your knees, and you're close to the ground. Insects can also crawl, by the way. They can walk slowly with their bodies close to the ground or some other surface. For example, a spider is crawling on the wall beside my bed. Oh my goodness, that is scary. Now, I guess I've already let the cat out of the bag, but what is in Theodoric's pants? What warm thing is in there? It was a mouse. So yes, it was a mouse. It must have gotten into his clothes while he was in the stable.
Oh, and now it's underneath in his pants and he's on a train. This is really, really not good. As we reach the break, it says he tried to stay calm even when the mouse bit him. Oh, so the mouse is in there using its little teeth to bite him. But remember, there's a young girl on the train. He doesn't want to jump up and rip his pants off or anything like that. So he's trying to stay calm. Poor Theodoric Voller. This is difficult for anyone, especially a nervous person like him. We'll find out more after the break.
故事的主角 Theodoric 是个容易紧张不安的人，那现在他就强迫自己要适应环境，让自己情绪稳定下来。突然间，他就觉得，裤子里面有热热的东西动来动去，结果竟然是一只老鼠在他身上爬来爬去。哎，好，单字 crawl 就表示爬或是爬行。那老师说，幸好衣物底下不是冰冷又黏黏滑滑的蛇，只不过蛇它不是用爬 crawl 这个单字，而是用滑行。老师用到 slither 这个字。slither 就表示滑行滑溜，就像蛇这样滑过那个动作，就可以用这个动词表达。还有用到 slimy slimy 是形容黏滑的、分泌黏液的。那我们顺便补充一个介系词 underneath underneath 表示在什么的下方，在什么底下。好，课文接着写到说那只老鼠一定是在它去马厩的时候跑进衣服里的。这边有一个重点是 must 可以表达肯定推测，表达说一定怎么样，一定是怎么样。那么 must have 加上 PP 就表示对过去的推测。例如 someone must have told her the news， 一定是有人把那个消息告诉她了。好，接回到课文中。
The mouse. Theodoric grew more uncomfortable by the minute. But how could he get rid of the mouse? He realized that the only way to do that would be to remove his clothes.
Poor Theodoric. He's sitting there. He's already nervous. He's sitting there. He's smelly. He's in the train. And now there's a mouse in his pants and it's biting him. So it makes sense that Theodoric would be more and more nervous as time went on, and it's true. Theodoric, it says next, grew more uncomfortable by the minute. But here's the question. How could he get rid of the mouse? How is he going to take care of this problem?
That's right. Of course, he's uncomfortable because he's got a mouse biting him, but also we talk about he's nervous, he doesn't know what to do. This is a very strange and embarrassing situation, so he's uncomfortable in his feelings too, not just in his body with this mouse biting him. So he thinks of a way to solve this problem. He realized that the only way to do that would be to remove his clothes. So I can't ask the mouse to leave. I don't have any cheese that I can put on my shoe, hoping the mouse runs down to my shoe. The only way I can fix this is to remove my clothes. This is what he's thinking. Well, yes, to remove your clothes is, you probably guessed, take off your clothes.
He's going to get naked.
When you take something off or take something away, you remove it. So you might remove your shoes when you get home. You might remove something from a table if you're going to take it into another room. Basically, it was there, it's on there or attached or whatever. You're taking it away. So yes, he has to take off his pants in a train carriage with a strange woman sitting across from him. This is not good. No. Let's look at our example sentence for the verb remove. Ed removed his watch before he jumped into the pool. You could say he took off his watch too.
There you go. All right, folks. Day 1 of our story is now in the books, but don't go away. We'll be back with more soon.
刚刚说到车厢里面还有位年轻小姐在睡觉嘛，那么 Theodoric 他就只能试图保持镇定，就算连老鼠咬他，他也不敢大叫或是乱动。可是很快呢，就变得越来越不舒服。这时候该怎么摆脱老鼠啊？他意识到唯一的办法就是把衣服脱掉了。好，单字 remove 这个动词就表示脱下，像我们要表达脱下衣物就可以用到它。那么 remove 还可以表达移除或是去掉。好，那刚刚说很快就变得越来越不舒服，这边用到2个重点。第一个 grow 在这边是当连缀动词来表达变得，相当于 become， 那么后面要接形容词，例如 The sky grew darker and darker， 天色变得越来越暗了。好，第2个重点By the minute， 它常常跟比较级连用，来表达快速不断地增强变化，像是 The rain became heavier by the minute， 雨势很快就变得越来越大了。好，那么以上今天的讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。
各位同学，大家好，我是建安老师。我们今天带大家看照片描述 （photographs picture description）。然后我们今天呢，重点都是在于单字哦。接下来的5课都是这样。我们先把这个比较常见的单字给大家看一下，但是我们不讲解，你们就暂停，然后呢，好好的把它截图下来。那最后呢，会让大家做例题的练习。所以呢，我们就直接开始了哈。截图啊。你不想截图的话呢，你就直接暂停也可以哈，就是暂停，然后呢把它背一背。OK， 直接开始。
A. Some documents are being placed in a drawer. B. A woman is sorting papers into piles. C. The files have all been put into folders. D. The papers are stapled to a board.
Alright， 希望大家有答对哦。这一题答案是 B。A woman is sorting papers into piles. OK，pile 是一叠一叠的。那其他的只要没有听到哦，只要上面没有的 ，OK， 上面图示没有的就不能选。比如说 drawer 抽屉没有嘛哈。那 folders 这边 have all been put into folders， 全部被整理成一个一个的资料夹，但是并没有 staple to a board 被钉到这个告示板上面、告示牌上面哈，这是没有的。好，所以呢，我们来看下一题。
A. A woman is delivering a presentation. B. Both men are standing in front of a projector. C. Some businessmen are looking at the bulletin board. D. A woman is handing a man some documents.
如果你不确定的话，你可以把它倒回去再听一次啊。这边答案呢，我们是选出 A woman is handing a man some documents， 他在给他东西。其他的 woman delivering a presentation 并没有哈，它不是 delivering a presentation， 第一个不对。Both men are standing， 没有人站起来。Some businessmen are looking at the bulletin board。OK，bulletin board 是那个告示板、告示牌哈，这边 并没有。我们来看下一个场景的单字。好，来咯。
A. The menus have been taken away. B. The guests are serving themselves at the buffet. C. The waitress is taking an order from the female guest. D. The couple is setting the dining table.
Alright， 这一题答案很明显是 C， 我们再听一次。
A. The menus have been taken away.
Menu been taken away， 被拿走，并没有。
B. The guests are serving themselves at the buffet.
Buffet 没看到 buffet 嘛，自助餐。
C. The waitress is taking an order from the female guest.
OK， 答案就这个
D.
了。
The couple is setting the dining table.
好 ，couple setting the dining table， 他们并没有在摆那个桌子，所以答案是 C 哦。Waitress is taking an order from the female guest。下一题。
A. A customer is ordering at a food truck. B. She's dining at a food court. C. Some food has been placed on a table. D. Utensils are being handed to the customer.
这一题比较难一点点，因为大家对这个场景可能比较不熟悉。这是一个 food truck 哦，就是那种餐车，但是它是大型的这种餐车哈。She's dining at the food court， 这个是美食街哈，所以并不是。Some food has been placed on the table， 被放在桌子上的，并没有看到食物嘛，对不对？最后 utensils are being handed to the customer。Utensil 是餐具 ，OK， 是器具、餐具。所以呢，这些只有 A 是 OK 的。以上是我们今天的课程内容，我们下部影片见，拜拜。
See you next time.